Here's a few movies to check out this week, currently on Netflix Instant. Fantasy, Constantine. Constantine's a 2005 movie that's based off of the comic book Hellblazer. It revolves around a guy named John Constantine. He's a demon hunter who sends demons back to hell who've escaped. He gets involved in this whole big conspiracy and finds out that demons have been able to find a way to break into Earth en masse. So he's trying to prevent that from happening because that would pretty much bring about Armageddon. I know a lot of people complained about Keanu playing Constantine because the character of Constantine was based off of Sting, and Keanu and Sting really don't look a whole lot alike, but I don't know the comic very well, so it didn't bother me. I thought the visuals were great. Some of the CGI is slightly dated, but overall it was a great setup for what should have been at least a trilogy. But it did well theatrically, but it didn't do well enough, unfortunately. Horror. Some Kind of Hate. A bully teenager gets sent to a reform camp after he fights back against his bullies and proceeds to beat the shit out of one of them, which seems like something that would probably happen. While he's there, he meets a bunch of other wayward teens. There's bullies, there's kids that were on drugs, the bad crowd. I kind of was enjoying the movie just as this. I thought the lead kid was sympathetic, and he kind of strikes it off with one of the other girls there who's there for being a, I guess, mean girl. I would have liked the movie if it would have just stayed at that. But it was a horror movie, so they introduced a little bit of the supernatural. He finds there's a girl there who was bullied into killing herself, and now he inadvertently brings her back, and she starts killing the people who are bullying him. It's slightly silly because the killings keep happening at the camp, and yet the camp doesn't get shut down. So every now and then the police show up, and they're, we can't keep sweeping this under the rug. And it's like, what, are you kidding? Like, there's, over the course of a couple of days, I think like 3 kids killed themselves, and they're just going to keep going business as normal. It was silly, but I enjoyed it. Action. Swordfish. The movie they made a big deal about because Halle Berry takes her top off. Whoop-de-doo. The movie is so much more than that, though. You got John Travolta, who's playing this spy who hires Hugh Jackman, who is this super-duper hacker. And he's trying to get him to use his skills to steal like $10 billion. Everything in this movie is wonderfully over the top. You've got Travolta doing some crazy over-the-top acting. Hugh Jackman, who is this hacker that feels like maybe one of the kids from Hackers like grew up and this is what he became, like that kind of corny hackerness. It's so over the top and ridiculous. There is an amazing explosion in the film where there are these ball bearings that blow out, and they do this 360-degree rotation around the explosion. And so you've got this bomb goes off and it shoots this debris everywhere. And they do this beautiful sweep around. Very cool. Highly entertaining. Drama. The Doors. Val Kilmer did one of, if not his best role ever, as the late rock star Jim Morrison. It covers his life, a little bit of his youth, but mostly the beginning foundation of the forming of the Doors. It covers a lot of the controversial stuff that he did, the massive quantities of drugs that he did, and Val Kilmer just nailed it. He just did an amazing job of mimicking Jim Morrison and was perfectly cast for the role. I know with a lot of biopics, they take liberties, so I'm not entirely sure what was true and what was false, but it was a good movie. It's a testament to how good the movie is that I'm not really big into The Doors, but I very much enjoyed the movie. And that's all I got for this week. I'll see you next time.